I'm Reverend Tom Kearns, and welcome to 333 Magic 9, where the tarot cards and the astrology stars come together to help you. Make sure you hit the little bell for notifications, and please feel free to subscribe because these videos are for you. And there are a lot of different energies coming at you this month, and here's what they mean for your sign. Libra, the card for the first week of the month is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is here to tell us that we need a new perspective because the universe is just bringing in all sorts of change energy, and we need to look at the future and see how we may have to adjust our lives and what we are doing. Now, as we look into the astrology, the month begins with a powerful but contradictory grouping of planets in the fifth house, and this is the house of romance and creativity. So Jupiter will conjunct the Sun in the fifth house, and that would encourage you to play and enjoy life. But the Sun is also going to be squaring Mars, so that brings a challenge. So you have to make sure that you do not let romance and pleasure to distract you. And because all of this energy is in Aquarius and this is in the eighth house, you have to choose romantic interests carefully. Part of that is that Mercury is also retrograde and warns you to what you will say and what you will hear from lovers, because it might not be the truth. There might be a little fishiness going on. Now, lovely Venus will go into Aquarius and your fifth house and increase your desire for pleasure and happiness. So that's a nice energy. And sometimes it's better for friendliness than, sensuality, but it is a good energy. However, Venus will conjunct Saturn on the 6th of the month. And it's important that you take a serious look at relationships and whatever pleasures that you're doing, and also whatever creative projects that you are doing. It's a serious energy. As we move to the second week of the month, the card is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups says that we need to restore balance between our material being and our spiritual being, again, as we move from the past and into the future. And the second week begins with the Sun conjunct Mercury. But Mercury is retrograde. So this can bring some confusion in love, with children, or again in creative projects. And this energy may become more intense because there is a Mars square. There's Mars square to Mercury, and you have to be careful. It happens on the 10th. Don't say any angry words, especially with intimate partners. On the 11th, Jupiter will conjunct Venus. Happy days. This is a good one. And it can bring a major opportunity for enjoyment. You can complete or be given a new creative project and still have some time for pleasure. So enjoy. When we get to Saturday, be a little bit careful because we have Mars sextile to Neptune. Now that's a good energy. However, you would have to work on it a little bit. You have to use the energy and listen to your intuition. You can't just dream your life away. That doesn't work very well. As we move to the third week of the month, the card is the Tower. Now, the world is changing very, very quickly around us, and we must be able to move with this new energy that's coming at us and that is manifesting in the world, or else we will surely have a Tower moment. As we go into the third week, we see that there is a conjunction between Mercury and Jupiter. Mercury is still retrograde. Now, that is a difficult energy combination because Jupiter likes to expand things and Mercury wants to talk a lot. So you have to listen carefully to your partners or your romantic interests but you also must speak softly. So don't be too pushy, because here comes the Tower movement. Saturn is squared to Uranus, and this is the world-changing energy that is around us right now, and it brings a really important challenge. So especially in the area of romance and creativity. So don't let your fear of rejection hold you back from creating a more sensual future, but also use your common sense. Now, on the 19th, Mars and Venus will be squared. Now, this is also a thing that deals with romance anyway, Venus and Mars, and it's down here in the house of romance and the house of sexuality. So you got to be really careful. You got to know what your true desires are, and you have to have a good way of achieving them. You can't be too pushy, not a good thing. Now that energy can be clarified a little bit because Mercury will go direct on the 20th, and you can see exactly what you need in romance and what you need to do. As we get to the 4th week, we see that the card of the week is the Four of Swords. Now, after all the different energy changes that we have seen this year and last year, they really have upset the status quo. And really, it points to more changes coming in the future. So after going through all this energy, we need a little rest and recuperation. This is a healing energy here. Look at you floating on the cloud, and maybe that's what we all have to do for a little bit, because there's some good energy coming. The middle of the 4th week has a number of important aspects. The first one is Mars trine Pluto. Now this will allow you maybe to create a little bit more depth in your family and your intimate life, and that can be really good because it's a trine, it's an easy energy. And then right after that, Venus and the Sun will go into Pisces, and that brings more gentleness into your life, and it intensifies your ability to heal yourself, because this is the house of healing and moving up into the 6th house of healing. And finally, there is a Sun sextile to Uranus. Now this can bring an opportunity to express a little bit of your genius or your special way of doing things in your work. So take opportunities to do that. Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns, and this is my story. If you are a spiritual seeker, it may help you on your journey. I believe your spiritual development is as important as your religion. If you look at Christianity, it focuses on the life of Jesus. But Jesus was never a Christian. He was Jewish. If this thought intrigues you, you'll enjoy my new book, Light from Water, Freeing Jesus. It's available on Amazon.com and through fine bookstores. And it may help you on your spiritual journey. I'd like to thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Remember to subscribe because these videos are free, and hit the little bell for notifications. And for a special offer, visit my website, internetpsychicreadings.com.